we have, oh yeah, Dover editions. Okay, Dover. Everyone loves Dover because they're so cheap in price. They're very cheap in price. And for the most part, I would say Dover is a pretty good editions. But here's the thing about Dover, and a lot of people don't know this. I'll define this. Okay, I have 3 Dover editions here. So a lot of people don't know this. If you're a longtime teacher, you probably know already that. So Dover is all copies. Dover did not hire people to actually do engravings and things. So they actually just stole, legally stole, because they're in the public. The music they borrow, the editions they borrow from are all in the public domain, and it's perfectly legal to do that. They don't even need permission. So for example, the Claude Debussy Etude, Children's Corner, Image, Book 2, and all that from Dover is not really written by Dover. If you look in the first page, it says they'll always have this copyright thing here. The Dover edition, published in 1992, is a new collection of 10 works originally published separately. And then they indicate most of their manuscripts are actually just copies, facsimiles. They don't even copy it out. They just do it with a copy machine. They're facsimiles of the French Durand editions here. The Chopin, the Dover Chopin. This is simply, many of them actually come from the Paderewski edition, the Polish Paderewski edition. But this one here, they say that it was originally published by G. Schirmer. So Dover actually steals from Schirmer, legally stole from Schirmer, and simply just rehashed what Schirmer already had. So you can either buy Chopin Schirmer like this, or you can buy Schirmer Chopin, or you can buy Dover Chopin. This particular book here uses basically the same thing as this. So it's the same. They just have a Dover cover on there. So Dover has a really good business model. They basically just steal legally. Shouldn't say steal. They just take other previous editions in the public domain that have been around so long that it's you don't have to have permissions or anything. So they just take something that anyone can use it. You take it, you facsimile it, you put your own stamp on, you put your own logo on there, your own company name, and you have an edition. Anyone can do that. So Dover sort of shows the easy way out. They don't have to do anything at all. They don't have editors. They just sort of copy from previous editions. Here's a Dover edition of Liszt, and I wanted to bring this to your 40 minutes. Can you believe that? Here's an edition of, to really talk about editions, you need like 3 hours. So sorry that this is going on so long. So this Liszt, Mephisto Waltz, and Other Works for Solo Piano by Dover. Once again, it's basically just a rehashing of, I think Peters. Yeah, Emil von Sauer. So basically what they've done here is they just take the Emil von Sauer edition, they take this, like what's in here, and then they facsimile it into here, and then put their own stamp on it. It's perfectly legal. I know I'm not talking bad about them or anything, I'm just saying that that's what they do. But the reason why I wanted to bring this to your attention is that it's really important, but nobody ever thinks about this size. Do you see that? Okay, here is a standard book. Let's take this one. Let's take the Liszt Etudes of Peters, okay? If you take your standard music book, now, if you're in the music publishing business, you'll know this, but most people don't know this. Standard music books are, and I talk inches here because I'm American, 12 inches by 9 inches. 9 by 12. That's the standard size of music books. So if you take any music book, any standard music book, they're going to be basically 9 inches by 12 inches. Now, what they've done here is they've cut corners. This is actually American letter size, 8.5 by 11. So 8.5 by 11. So they've cut 1 inch off the length and a half an inch off the length. It doesn't seem like very much, but it is, because they have to, what's in here has to be shrunk down to small enough to where it can fit on American letter size pages instead of 9 by 12. Personally, I can't stand books that are printed on American letter size, 8.5 by 11. Personally, I just don't like them. I try to avoid buying them if I can. So if you buy a book, don't just go out and just buy any book. Make sure it's 9 by 12. Make sure it's the standard size. Dover wanted to cut corners and save money, and in the process made this. I mean, it otherwise is a good book. The manuscript is good because it comes from Peters. It's otherwise good, but it doesn't stay open very well, and it's too small. It's just too small. It needs to be 9 by 12. So that's a real gripe of mine, is music companies that print 8.5 by 11 books. They should not be 8.5 by 11 unless they're study scores.